Hi, it's Jessie from Peach Manifesto, and welcome to the new Luxio collection, Rendezvous. Starting out with Sentiment, I thought I would go lightest to darkest in this collection. This, I would describe it as a milky nude, and like a semi-sheer, but it has very buildable coverage. Like, as you can see with one coat, it is pretty opaque, but you can kind of play around with the coverage. As you can see on the second coat, definitely fully built. It looks off-white, but once I get to the swatches, you'll see that it's a nude. Next up, we have Sultry. Another one I would say is kind of like a buildable semi-sheer. It's definitely not that cream formula we often see from Luxio, but it's definitely buildable in two coats. This I would say is like a gray purple. When I get to the swatches, you can see it a little bit better. I feel like right now it looks fairly gray, but there is purple to it. This is Secret, which I would describe as red with like a pink pearl to it. I feel like here it probably looks a little bit more pink, but once we compare it to some pinks and reds, you will see what I mean. This actually has really good coverage, probably didn't need two coats, but I was furiously swatching as I wanted to get this video up very quickly. And you can see that nice little pearl that runs through it. This is Tryst. And this has a very, very subtle kind of shimmer to it. I wouldn't necessarily call it a pearl, but it is a super nice dark teal, I guess. It's so pretty, and definitely if I apply it right, it would probably go on in one coat. But as you can see, with two coats, it builds up, and I will try and get you a shot of that little shimmer here up close. Very subtle, but I love it. I love that they're coming out with more finishes. This is Provoke. It's a very dark, shimmery, pearly purple. I love this color. I feel like this is a very Halloween color, very fall, this like deep, rich purple. This one definitely, you would probably have to build up. I'm definitely doing kind of thinner coats than I normally would. But yeah, look at that sparkle and that deep purple. I love it. It's so pretty. And again, second coat just to show you the depth. I think it's so pretty. Love it. And then Cryptic, probably my favorite out of this whole thing. It's a black sparkle. So it does have kind of like gold and silver sparkle running through it. It's kind of in a black, more jelly base, but it does build up really nicely. Even in this one coat, you wouldn't be able to see anything through it really, but by doing two coats, you do get that kind of full sparkle effect, which you'll see in the second coat. It's super stunning. A lot of people ask me why I swatch on top of the swatch sticks, and that is because I am an on top kind of painter of nails anyway, so I want to see what these look like, and I feel like swatching underneath the swatch stick kind of distorts the color a little bit in my personal experience. So let's get on with the comparisons. So comparing Sentiment to Dreamy, which is like kind of like a little bit of an off-white. I thought I'd put it next to Koi because Koi is a true semi-sheer. And then Ivory Kisses and Finesse, also not really comparable. It does lean more towards nude, even though like at first glance it does seem like it's kind of an off-white. Getting into or like my nudes and pinky nudes, if I put it next to Flirt and Hush, you can see it does fit in this section. And then I think I have like Bubble Bath from OPI, and it's just a very pale nude. I think I would definitely use it how I like to use it with blush, with the kind of gel polish French. Now on to Sultry. I thought it would be pretty comparable to London Fog, but London Fog is a bit more purple, but it is that kind of gray purple thing where is it a gray, is it a purple, and then Willow, which is kind of in that gray purple range, putting it next to Lacy Gray, Lunar Gray, and Elle. It is more of a purple. Elle is kind of a purple as well. And then next to like Smoky Taupe and Cashmere and Composed, and those are all more like a true gray. Now on to Provoke. I thought, like, I have my purple separated in cream and shimmer, so bear with me while I get this all organized. Really nothing comparable. I don't feel like I have anything between that kind of like royal purple and then that like black purple kind of thing, and it's right in there, so I'm really glad this is a super unique color. Going on to kind of my shimmers and sparkle purples, which is where I would actually end up putting this. Really nothing comparable at all that I could find. Amore Purple Rain leans a little bit more on the bluer side of purple, and yeah, so really I couldn't find anything that really was directly comparable or even close to it, so really excited about that. Now Secret was tricky, and I will show you why, because I was like, oh my gosh, it's super comparable to Provoke. Especially in the camera, they look sort of identical, but they're not. Like, it looks like Secret is about a shade darker, but it's just the swatch stick, and that's why I'm like, sometimes you just need to re-swatch things. I put it next to Muse and Classy, and it did really seem like kind of like a pearly version of something in between those two. Probably closer to Muse, but with like a pink pearl to it. And I was kind of like, oh my god, this is exactly like Persuasion. And so I had to bring out the bottle just to kind of figure out what was going on, which I will show you in just a second, just comparing it to some more kind of true reds or orangey reds. So this is Persuasion. Once I saw the swatches on the bottles, I knew that they weren't that comparable, but comparing Persuasion and Secret, Persuasion is much more pink and Secret is more red. Persuasion is way more pearly, where I feel like the pearl on Secret is much more subtle. You can kind of see it a little bit better on these swatches, the difference between it being more pink and red and more pearly and less pearly. So sometimes the swatches don't always give you the truest thing, so I feel like there is a few swatches that I do need to redo. Anyway, on to Tryst after that long ramble about Secret. Really nothing. I have nothing that really compares to it at all. I thought that maybe that Intuitive or something would be close to it. No, but I'm just kind of comparing it to kind of the more popular, kind of those big teal and turquoise ones, just because I thought it would be super comparable to some of them, and they're just not. They're not comparable at all. Cryptic, I already knew I didn't have anything comparable to it, but I do have some kind of glittery blackish ones. Galaxy is like a glittery gray, I would say, and then if you look at Storm, which came out last year, it's kind of like a pearly blackish gray. So yeah, not comparable at all. But if I go to Light Elegance Black Magic and Aurora Black by Amore, those have like holographic and other colors in them, where this is kind of a black with glitter. So these are all the colors I've bought this month. I have such an issue. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you all later. Bye-bye.